Welcome to Well Coached, a podcast about how people, sales, profit, and self can transform your business. I'm your host, Chris Weinberg, and I have helped hundreds of entrepreneurs get into their highest productivity zone and become corporate enough to succeed. Let's get into today's episode. Welcome back to Well Coached with Chris Weinberg, where we explore people, sales, profit, and self to help you become a more effective leader. I'm your host, Chris Weinberg, and today we are diving into a game-changing topic: emotional intelligence in negotiations, reading the room for better outcomes. We've all been in tough negotiations, whether it's closing a deal, structuring a compensation package, or even just persuading someone to see things our way. And while most people think negotiation is all about strategy and logic, the truth is emotions play a massive role. And the best negotiators don't just know their numbers, they know people and how to read people. That's where emotional intelligence, also known as EQ, comes in. EQ helps you read the room, manage emotions, both yours and theirs, and navigate negotiations in a way that leads to better outcomes for everyone involved. This is actually the first time that we've talked about emotional intelligence on this podcast, so I'm going to start with a quick breakdown of what it is and why it's a must-have skill for any leader or deal maker. So what is emotional intelligence, also referred to as EQ? Emotional intelligence is essentially your ability to understand and manage emotions, both for yourself and for others. It's broken down into four key components. Number one is self-awareness, knowing your own emotions, knowing your own triggers, and how they affect your decisions. Number two, self-regulation, controlling your impulses and staying composed under pressure. Number three, social awareness, picking up on the emotions of others, reading body language and understanding unspoken signals. And fourth, social regulation, also referred to as relationship management, using all of the above to communicate effectively, influence others, and resolve conflicts. High EQ leaders don't just react. They respond. They understand when to push, when to pause, and how to create win-win scenarios instead of burning bridges. And that's exactly what we need in negotiations. So, how does emotional intelligence actually help in negotiations? There are four ways EQ can give you the upper hand. Number one, reading the room. This is social awareness and relationship management. People don't always say what they're thinking, but their emotions can certainly give them away. Things to pay attention to. Is the other person leaning in and nodding? If so, they are likely engaged. Are they crossing their arms or looking away? If so, they may be defensive or disengaged. Is their voice getting tense? This could be a signal of frustration or hesitation. Great negotiators aren't just listening to words. They're watching everything. A shift in body language, a pause before answering, or even a change in tone can tell you way more than the words that are being said. Number two, managing your own reactions. That falls into self-awareness and self-regulation. One of the biggest mistakes people make in negotiations is letting their emotions take over. Maybe you feel defensive when someone pushes back. Maybe you get impatient when things slow down. High EQ negotiators recognize these reactions before they derail the conversation. Instead of getting defensive, they stay calm. Instead of rushing to fill the sentence, they use that pause strategically. For example, I'm a high D, high I on the disc profile. I move fast, I like to get things done, but in negotiations, I've learned that sometimes silence is my best tool. Instead of pushing too hard, I let the other person sit with an offer. That pause often makes them come back with a better deal without me having to say another word. Silence is sometimes the best option. Hey team, are you looking to elevate your professional and personal life in the heart of Nashville? Well, since 1957, the Nashville City Club has been the city's premier private membership club, offering an exceptional experience in fine dining, networking, and memorable events. As a member, you'll enjoy top-tier networking opportunities, business development events, mentoring programs, social mixers, and signature holiday celebrations. The club's private dining room serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner in a professional yet relaxed environment featuring menus crafted by Nashville's top culinary professionals. Members enjoy personalized concierge services, including bookings for concerts, events, sports, and dining reservations. Additionally, the club offers discounted private event spaces for personal and professional gatherings, accommodating over 200 guests at a time. We are located at 200 South 2nd Avenue. The Nashville City Club provides a versatile environment that serves as both a home away from home and an extension of your office. The warmth of the staff, the energy of the city, and the pride of the community are felt instantly upon arriving. Join us for this thriving community of Nashville's most respected and accomplished citizens. Apply for membership today and experience the unparalleled benefits the Nashville City Club has to offer. For more information or to start your application, visit NashvilleCity.com or email info@NashvilleCity.com. Number 3, knowing when to push and when to step back. That is flexibility and strategy. A lot of negotiations fail because one side pushes too hard or too fast. But high EQ negotiators adjust their approach based on who's sitting directly across from them. If you're negotiating with a high D, get to the point. They don't want the fluff, just the facts and the outcomes. If you can see that you're negotiating with a high I personality, keep it engaging, build rapport, highlight the opportunities, paint the big picture. If you're negotiating with a high S, give them time to process. Rushing them will only make them pull back. High Cs, be detailed. Bring data, logic, structured reasoning. You can rest assured they will be prepared for that meeting, so you better be as well. Matching your approach to the disc profile type that you're in front of makes the other person feel understood, and that builds trust, which leads to better deals. Number 4, turning tension into trust. That's emotional awareness and control. Tension is a natural part of any negotiation, but high EQ leaders don't let it spiral. Instead of seeing tension as conflict, they see it as an opportunity to build trust. If someone gets defensive, acknowledge their concern before making your point. If they hesitate, ask an open-ended question to understand what's holding them back. If they get emotional, stay steady. Don't mirror their intensity. Here's a simple phrase to diffuse tension in just about any negotiation. It sounds like this is really important to you. Tell me more about what you need. That phrase signals that you see them and you hear them. And when people feel seen, they're more open to working toward a solution. Now that we know what EQ is and how it helps, let's get tactical for a minute. Here are 3 things that you can start doing today to negotiate with more emotional intelligence. Number 1, prepare for the emotional side of the deal. So highly likely you're going to put a lot of effort into the points you want to make and the structure of the deal you want to make and the reasons and all that good stuff, but also spend time preparing for the emotional side of the deal. Before you begin any negotiation, ask yourself, how do I feel going into this? Am I calm? Am I confident? Or am I anxious? What emotions might the other person be bringing into the table? What's my goal and what's their goal? If you prep for emotions as much as you prep for numbers, you're going to handle surprises better. Number 2, use active listening and silence to your advantage. Most people are just waiting to respond in any conversation and in any negotiation. High EQ listeners listen to understand, always seek to understand. Summarize what the other person's saying. So what I'm hearing is, mirror their key concerns. It sounds like you're worried about. And then pause. Let them fill the silence. Silence is a powerful tool. End with a collaborative clause. Instead of pushing for a hard yes or no, use phrases that keep the conversation going. Things like, what would need to happen for this to work for both of us? Or, how can we adjust this to make it a win-win? Or even, I want this to work for both of us. What's the best way forward? These approaches shift the conversation from me versus you to let's solve this together. Okay, if you take one thing away from today, let it be this. Negotiation isn't just about what you say. It's about how you made the other person feel. High EQ negotiators read the room, control their emotions, and adapt their approach to build trust and get better results. If you want to sharpen your negotiation skills and use EQ to win more deals, let's talk. Reach out for some coaching or a workshop, and let's work through real-life negotiation strategies tailored to your business. If you found this episode of value, share it with someone who negotiates often, whether they're a leader, a business owner, a deal maker, or a spouse. Da-dum-ching. And don't forget to subscribe to Well Coached with Chris Weinberg for more insights on people, sales, profit, and self. Thanks for listening. Now go negotiate with confidence.
Well, guys, that's a wrap for today. We thank you a ton for listening and looking forward to the next episode where we'll continue this journey on how becoming corporate enough can put you in your highest productivity zone to create a successful, profitable, and purpose-driven business for you.